I was very nervous when I sat down to watch the China Plate because Disney has a history, particularly around the time when this was released in 1931, of showing any culture that is not a standard white American culture as a little bit stereotypical. But actually, the China Plate is kind of sweet. Certainly, there are stereotypes in this, absolutely. But the narrative itself is a story of two lovers. And what I love about it is that the story is actually a depiction, or is actually depicted on a China Plate, and that's where the plate comes into it. So this is one of the silly symphonies, directed by Wilfred Jackson, and it starts off with a picture or an image of a China Plate, and it's got this beautiful ornate pattern on it, and we go into this picture, and we find out about these two individuals, a boy and a girl, who clearly love each other. They want to be together, but there are people who are stopping them from doing that. They are not necessarily destined to be together as far as their community is concerned. So they have to try and find a way around that. Will they be able to be together and, you know, overcome the restrictions placed on them by the community and also overcome the fire-breathing dragon? There is a dragon in this. I didn't expect the dragon. The animation of the dragon is interesting. It's not bad. It's definitely not a bad animation. Its face kind of looks like Goofy. I don't know why, but when I looked at the dragon's face, I thought, you look like Goofy. The more I look at it, the less I see that. But let me know if you thought that as well when you first saw it. I'd like to think I'm not alone. I probably am alone. It's a nice enough story. As I said, there are maybe some stereotypes in this, but I don't think any of the characters are treated in a negative light, which makes a difference. The story of the two lovers is very sweet. I wanted the best for them. I was curious to see if or how they would overcome this. With Disney, you can never tell what direction they're going to take, particularly around this time. But I thought it was very nice to watch. The animation style is really pleasing. The fact that it's about a story depicted on a China Plate just gives it that something a little bit extra, that little bit more interesting. And I found it to be really pleasing and really satisfying to watch. The animation style is lovely. It's probably one of the longest silly symphonies. It's well over 5 minutes, not quite 10 minutes, somewhere between the two. But it's very detailed. It's a nice narrative. It's one of the most detailed as well as one of the most longest silly symphonies, which I guess goes without saying. I enjoyed it. That doesn't mean it's my favourite silly symphony. There are some very good contenders for that title, but certainly I thought it was very well developed and very well done. Absolutely worth a watch.